Hello students, today we're going to go over the difference between a parameter and a statistic and definition. What is it? So a parameter is a variable that describes the characteristic of a population. So we could talk about, like we were talking about yesterday with the snack bar, we could talk about the average wait time, the longest wait time, the least busy part of the day, but those would all come from the population. So if we said from all those who ordered, the average wait time was, that would be a parameter. So these two have to come from the population. So we could say, like, of all the orders, the average wait time was this, and that would be a population. From so we'd have to look at it and go through it. We'd have to count how many people came in and out of the store to tell you what was the least busy part of the time. There's an example I have here. It says work on casual dress. There's one that says on casual dress. The example was looking at the implementation of casual dress on work, on whether it improves the efficiency of work if you get more done. So if I said, and I looked at all workers improved their efficiency by, let's say, 15 minutes. They work 15 minutes more. Then that would be a population. So a parameter comes from the population. It's a number that describes the population. Okay, so if you look at it, it needs to, we would like to have parameters, but we can't have it. So what we have is a statistic. A statistic is a number that describes the sample. So if we look at that example, so if of snack bar, so if I said, okay, I have a sample of 100 students, then they had an average wait time of 15 minutes. That would be a statistic. So when you look at it, what's the difference between a parameter and a population? A parameter is a number that describes the whole thing, whereas a statistic just describes a part. It just describes an example. So if you're taking a statistic of the snack bar and finding the average wait time, so of a sample of 20 students, or a sample of 1 every 6 students are surveyed, okay? For the company implementing casual dress attire on Fridays, it could be they just test the marketing team. That would be, so the marketing team increased their efficiency by half an hour. That would be a statistic because it's just describing the sample. So that's what you're going to be looking at. If it says one branch improved, then that would be a statistic. So if you, again, the parameter describes the number of the population. A statistic describes the number from the sample. Okay, so when we're going to look at it, we're going to determine is it a parameter or a statistic for the next ones. Okay, so if I look at newspaper reports the top 10 movies by revenue over the weekend. So this top 10 movies, so when they list them out, did they get the top 10 movies by revenue? So top 10 movies by revenue. Are they able to get that from every single movie theater across the entire United States? The answer would be most likely not. So this number would be a statistic. Because you can't go to every single movie theater across the United States. If I went to LeBron James's shooting percentage is 49%. Okay, we have access to every single shot that LeBron James shot in a game. So this percentage, okay, would be a parameter as we look at it. So it's just a matter of looking at it. Does the number come from the whole thing, from the population, or does the number come from the sample? If the number describes a sample, it's a statistic. If the number describes a population, then it is a parameter.